everyone. I'm excited to offer you the first of what will be my Monday morning series. And what this is going to be is a short yoga class that I'm going to post for you every Monday morning that you can access on your own. So you can do the class anytime that suits your schedule, anytime that you need to step onto your mat, get into a physical practice in order to be present with yourself, with your breath, and with your body. Anytime that you need to create a little bit of space or hit the pause button on everything that's going around outside so that you can tune in to what's going on inside. And it will vary a little bit from week to week in what we do. Today I'm going to take you through just a slow, normal practice, nothing too complicated or complex. And my goal behind this is to share this practice that has been so valuable for me for years as a professional athlete, and now as a coach and a mom and a really busy person. This practice has offered me everything I need to embrace what's going on with myself and in my life. So you don't need a lot of props or any props for today's practice. I like to use a blanket. You can use a quilt or any type of blanket that when you fold it up, it isn't too squishy or soft. And a beach towel or a bath towel works just fine. And I'll use this to sit on in the beginning and the end of the practice. And then I'll also use it for a little bit of support underneath my knee when we come into a pose where your knee is on the floor. So if you're going to use a blanket, go ahead and take that now and fold it into a nice little square or rectangle so that there aren't any lumps or bumps, and then you can take a seat on it. So make your way into a comfortable seated position. All right, you can sit cross-legged in easy pose, Sukhasana. And you want your sit bones to be just on the front edge of your blanket if you're sitting on that. And whether you're sitting on a blanket or not, go ahead and move your glutes. So move your tissue underneath your seat away from your body so that you can feel yourself a little bit more rooted, a little bit more grounded in your foundation. And when you get there, let your hands rest on your thighs and close your eyes. We'll start by turning our attention inward. And we can do this by following the breath. So without manipulating the breath or changing it in any way, can we just first observe it? And then we can begin to lengthen it. Draw it out. Taking your inhale through your nostrils, filling not only the lungs, but the entire torso. Down into your belly, all the way to the bottom of your abdomen. And as you exhale, follow the breath as it leaves your body all the way to the end. Before the breath rushes back in, there's a slight pause. And same thing, before you release the breath, at the top of your inhale, there's that slight pause. And with each inhale, the chest spreads, the heart lifts slightly, and you can sit a little taller. Feeling your seat rooted against your mat, against the floor. Every breath in, you can lift. sit a little taller through the crown of the head, and not in a way that's rigid or stiff, but simply in a way that gives you more space. And with each exhale, the shoulders soften, the jaw, the tongue, the face can get a little heavier. And from here, join your hands in front of your chest and gently bow your head to your heart. Take a breath or two to set an intention for your practice, if this serves you. It doesn't have to be anything complex. Just something that allows you to maintain your focus, to stay present, so that as the mind inevitably starts to wander, we can use this intention to bring it back. It can be the breath or the way the mat feels underneath your hands and feet. And as you exhale, release your hands, let your eyes start to open. Change the crossing of your legs so the opposite shin comes in front. Organize your seat once again. And on your next inhale, reach your arms forward and up. Lengthening the sides of your torso, reaching through your fingertips, maybe glancing up. And as you exhale, release your right hand to the right side of the mat, reach through the left fingertips, and exhale again, over, take a side bend over to the right. So the left sit bone is rooted, reach through the left fingertips, creating space all along the left side body, underneath the left arm, in between the left side ribs. Breathe. Inhale, float back up through center, both arms reach high. Exhale, release the left hand to the left, reach the right arm high, and then exhale, hinge over to the left. Rooting the right sit bone, reaching through the right fingertips, creating that space on the right side of your torso. And breathe. Inhale, float both arms back up. Exhale, release. You can uncross your legs. Set your blanket or towel off to the side. We'll make our way into table pose. So coming onto hands and knees. Place your hands and elbows underneath your shoulders, your knees under your hips, and we'll move through some cat-cow breathing. So inhale, drop the belly, float the tailbone and crown of the head up, and exhale, press into hands, knees, feet to draw the spine up toward the ceiling. Inhale, the collarbones spread and the heart and lungs have more space, and exhale, create space in between the shoulder blades and in between each vertebra of the spine. Take your time, move on your own breath. Allowing the breath to initiate the movement. Back to a neutral table pose. Move the knees away from one another, bring the big toes to touch, and draw your sit bones back towards your heels, child's pose. Allow the elbows and the forearms just to relax. You can bring the forehead to the mat or turn it to the side, turn your head to the side if you want a little more space for your breath. And you can always support your head with a prop, with a blanket or a block. You can use the heels of your hands to shimmy your sit bones back towards the heels of your feet. A few more breaths. now from here, start to walk your fingertips forward. And now spread the fingers and plant the palms. The elbows start to straighten, the forearms lift. Inhale, float up to all fours. Tuck your toes under. Press the thighs back to lift the hips up and back into downward facing dog. First downward dog of the practice. Take any movement that feels nice. You can pedal one knee and then the other. Turn your hips from side to side. Gently shake the head no, turning the head from side to side slowly, or nod the head yes, slowly. And if you're tight in the low back or hamstrings, you can draw the feet a little bit away from one another and softly bend the knees. And wherever you are, press the thighs back, lift the hips away from the shoulders, away from the wrists. Let the heels be heavy. We want to draw the weight into our lower half here. Inhale, walk the feet forward to meet the hands, coming into a forward fold, Uttanasana. Allow yourself to have a nice soft bend in the knees here. Inhale, halfway lift the torso, reach the heart forward as you lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Root the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms around and up, stand tall. And exhale, release. We'll take a few sun breaths together. I like to keep my feet a hip's distance apart in mountain pose. It gives me a little bit more space, but you can always bring the inner edges of your feet to touch. Inhale, reach the arms around and up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Reach the heart forward, lengthen the back. Exhale, fold. Root the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms around and up, reach tall. And exhale, release. Inhale, float the arms around and up. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root the feet. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, release the arms. Inhale, float the arms around and up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time plant the hands in front of and a little bit outside of the feet. And as you exhale, step the left foot back. Lower the left knee. And this is where you can use your blanket or your support if you'd like to under that back knee. You can also keep the back toes tucked. And if you drive into your toes, that'll take some pressure off of the back knee. Lift the torso. Let your hands rest on your right thigh. Bring your left hand to your hip. Draw the right thigh, the right hip back. Let the left hip shift forward. So you're going to turn as if you're making your hips more square with the top of your mat. They don't have to be perfectly square, but that's the direction that you're moving to create space all along the left side of your abdomen, your left hip flexor. Now from here, take your right arm and just bring it to the inside of your right knee. You're going to take an easy twist to the left, so toward the back leg. Inhale, keep lifting the heart and reaching through the crown of the head, and as you exhale, you can twist a little more. Maybe you glance over the left shoulder, looking behind you, if you want to bring it up into your neck. Otherwise, just look toward the left, or you can keep the gaze forward. If you don't want to bring your neck or head into the equation, that's fine. Breathe. And as you exhale, you can frame the right foot, step the left foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms around and up. And exhale, release. We'll take the other side. Inhale, rise up, stand tall. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands out in front of and outside of the feet and step the right leg back. Lower the right knee down. Lift the torso. Again, you can keep the back toes tucked. That always helps take a little pressure off the back knee. Bring the right hand to the right hip. Draw the left hip back. Let the right hip shift forward. Again, you can feel this across the front of your right hip flexor muscles, right abdominal muscles. And now from here, bring the left arm just inside of the left knee. We're going to take a twist to the right. So turning the body, the torso to the right. Maybe you glance over the right shoulder, or just gaze off to the right. And as you inhale, lift the heart, reach through the crown of the head, and as you exhale, you can twist a little more. Breathe. On your next inhale, unwind yourself. Frame the left foot, step the right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time we're going to plant the hands. You can draw your blanket off to the side, plant the hands, and step back to plank pose. So top of a push-up here. Option always to lower the knees. Your wrists and elbows are under your shoulders. Draw the belly up toward the spine. Draw the shoulders away from the wrists, as if you could lift your body away from the floor, off of the mat. Reach forward with the heart and reach back through the heels. One more breath. And as you exhale, bend the elbows, slowly lower yourself all the way to the floor. Release the feet, reach back through all 10 toes. Lengthen your legs behind you. Hands are planted on either side of the rib cage. Inhale, float the heart forward, shoulders up, baby cobra. Exhale, release, tuck your toes, move through your knees, and press your legs, your hips up and back to downward dog. Stay here for a few breaths. Any movement, again, that feels nice. Notice how this pose might feel a little different from the first time we were there. We're starting to warm the body up, create a little bit more space. Inhale, reach the right leg up and back behind you. Reach back through the right heel. And as you exhale, stamp the right foot in between the hands. Lower the left foot, cartwheel the arms around and up, lifting the torso into warrior two. As you bend into the right knee, root through the outer edge of the back foot, press the left inner thigh back. We want to keep the weight as even as possible in both legs here. So the tendency can be to kind of be forward heavy in warrior two. Let's be as even as we can in both legs. It will never be perfect. Turn the right palm up, inhale, reverse warrior. No need to hinge all the way back here. You can just lift the right arm, the right fingertips up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky. We're working to create space in this right hip crease. As if you could draw your hip away from your thigh. The legs are strong, breathe. And as you exhale, return warrior two. Cartwheel the arms forward, pivot onto the ball of the left foot, step back, downward dog. We'll take that on the other side. I'm going to turn so you all can see me. Inhale, left leg reaches up and back. Exhale, stamp it in between the hands. Lower the right foot. Cartwheel the arms around and up. Warrior two. So same thing, as you bend into the left knee, press the right inner thigh back, root through the outer edge of the right foot. The legs are strong here. Extend forward and backward with the arms at the same time, creating space across the chest and across the back. Turn the left arm up, inhale, reverse warrior, reaching high, creating space under the left arm, all along the left side of the rib cage, the left waist, drawing the left hip up and away, creating space in that hip crease, in that hip joint. Breathe. And on your next exhale, warrior two, cartwheel the arms around, pivot onto the ball of the right foot, step back, downward dog. Inhale, draw the shoulders forward, making your way into plank pose. Exhale, lower down all the way. Release the feet, reach back through all 10 toes. Inhale, baby cobra, and exhale, downward dog. 3 breaths here in downward dog. If downward dog is too much, you can always take an easy child's pose. On your next breath in, reach the right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, step it forward in between the hands. Keep the back foot lifted. Float the torso forward and up. High lunge, crescent lunge. So same thing that we did in that low lunge, draw the right hip back, let the left hip shift forward. You can always lower your knee here. And as you exhale, join the hands in front of the heart. Now press the left thigh up. We want there to be work in the back leg as well here. So reach back through the left heel, the left thigh presses up. You can stay here. This is a challenging balancing pose. So if you're wobbling and working on balance, feel free to stay here. Or on your next exhale, you can start to twist to the right. Maybe drawing your elbow toward the outside of your right knee. The legs are strong. Breathe. If you're there and you want to hook the left elbow, that's fine. And maybe you float the hands away from one another. Revolved high lunge. Inhale, unwind, crescent lunge, reach the arms high, and as you exhale, frame the right foot, step back, downward dog. Inhale, left leg reaches up and back behind you. Exhale, step it forward. Keep the right foot, the right leg lifted. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up, crescent lunge. Now as you bend into the left knee, reach the right heel back, press the right thigh back. Draw the left hip back as you shift the right hip forward. Option always to lower the back knee, and as you exhale, join the hands in front of the heart. You can stay here, practicing balance. And as you exhale, if you want to explore that twist, start to turn the spine, twisting the belly, the chest to the left. Maybe you hook the right elbow. The work is in the legs. Breathe. Maybe the hands move away from one another. Breathe. And on your next inhale, unwind yourself. Whoa. And exhale, frame the left foot, step back to downward dog. Last time, inhale, shift the shoulders forward. And draw your shoulders, your body away from the mat as you inhale, and as you exhale, slowly lower yourself, release the feet, reach back through all 10 toes, inhale, baby cobra, and exhale, tuck the toes, move through your knees, and bring your sit bones back to your heels, so just come to a seated position. Take a few breaths here to allow your circulation and your breathing to normalize. You can roll the shoulders back, roll them forward. Draw your right ear to your right shoulder, your chin to your chest, left ear, left shoulder, and back around. Now from here, you can go ahead and make your way back into a comfortable seated position. So that can be up once again on your blanket or towel, crossing your legs into Sukhasana, easy pose. Organizing your seat. This is important. You want to feel as rooted as can be. So drawing your glutes away from your body. And sitting up on a little bit of support just allows your legs to be lower than your pelvis. So it gives your hips a little bit more space. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up. And as you exhale, take an easy twist to the right. Release the right fingertips behind the right sit bone. Take hold of the outside of the right knee with the left hand. Inhale, sit tall, and as you exhale, make your way a little bit further into that twist. You can, again, once again, look over the right shoulder if you'd like, or just let the gaze, the head, land wherever it naturally wants to do so. And notice your breath. If you aren't breathing all the way into your belly, then back out of the twist a little bit. You don't want to sacrifice any space simply for depth. We're going for space here. Inhale, Reach the arms up, back through center. Exhale, easy twist to the left. Release the left fingertips behind the left sit bone. Inhale, fill the lungs, the belly, and as you exhale, make your way into that twist. Again, you can take hold of the left knee with the right hand and let the gaze, the head land wherever it's most naturally comfortable. Inhale, unwind, reach high, back through center. Exhale, release. Take any last movement that you need here. And then from here, go ahead and once again join your hands in front of your chest and bow your head toward your hands, toward your heart. Close your eyes. And check in again with your breath. Check in with your intention. Check in with your physical body. And as you breathe, scanning from the crown of your head, through your fingertips, through your toes. Noticing that even in a seated, still position, there's so much going on. So much movement and so much fluidity. And that we always have the breath to create space and to create softness. We can use it as a tool to release any tension. From here, take a moment to honor your practice, honor your intention, and honor the ultimate teacher, the teacher within. Namaste. Thank you for joining me, everyone.